All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Bashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Ba'ashem,
Bashem,
Rakakwadash.
Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the men of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Akim, if you walk with who may be listening. All right, we the brothers from the Great Millstone Camp here in Chicago.
And my brother Yediah.
And I'm the brother Batakallah, and Lord willing, this will be a quick and edifying lesson. And the title of this lesson is All These People Are Edomites. All right, and at the end of the day, of course, we're not saying that everybody is, as Dr. Umar would say, biologically a Edomite. But psychologically, all these people are Edomites, man. Especially you 2/3, man. All right, you think about, I just seen a clip today on the internet where this nigga Never Broke Again young boy, his new album is called Make America Slime Again, and they asked him what that meant, and he told them everything that Donald Trump is doing right now is what it means. All right, and what has Donald Trump been displaying as of late? Nigger behavior, robbing niggas, kidnapping niggas, killing niggas, all of the above, and acting a damn fool, not having respect or cordiality or whatever the fuck. At the end of the day, I think that those the type of devils I like, the ones that's upfront about it, but nonetheless, it's the Edomite mentality. The nigger is a creation of the Edomite, and it's a Jake acting like an Edomite. That's what a nigger is.
Yeah, Jake embraces that Edomite culture, man.
Yeah.
They engulfed by it.
That's right. So we're going to get these precepts, and Lord willing, to be edifying, all right? And then one more thing, too, is that's why as we in this walk, you got the brothers, and that's it, man. Now, that's not to say that it's not certain individuals that the Lord will have mercy on and have them treat you with respect and with favor. And, hey, that's a blessing unto them. As it says, you give a prophet a cup of cold water, you receive a prophet's reward. So, hey, certain people are going to be in that position, but that's in the extreme minority, all right? Pretty much a vast majority of these people are going to be wicked, and they're going to be Edomites in their mind, all right? This is John chapter 8 and verse 44. It says, "Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father will ye do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it." Hey, man, and not only was that describing those wicked-ass niggas back then, at that time, those scribes and Pharisees, but that's describing your average nigger today, man. A murderer, a thief, a liar, an adulterer, all right? No truth in them at all. Okay?
A splitting image of the so-called white man.
That's right.
If you open up one of these, you screw into one of these Jake's head, man, all they think about, they have a neo-Babylonian mindset. All their morals is based off what the so-called white man had told them.
That's right.
Which ain't no morals,
That's right. And hey, at the end of the day, everybody got to come back in their lot. All these Jakes that was given over to that wicked spirit is because they wicked. All right, and we had to remember that these are the same niggas that killed the prophets. And first and foremost, these the same niggas that asked for Barabbas instead of Yahushai, man. All right, and they got to pay for that. And a part of paying for that is being in the mud and having that nigger mentality, all right? But, hey, the beauty of it is that, hey, we started off like that too, all right? But the Lord reached for us and gave us an opportunity to come back from that and turn towards the Lord. And Lord willing, we continue that to the end, man, so we can get salvation. But this Sirach chapter 10 and verse 1, it says, "A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered." And that's the opposite of what we got going on here. The man that's in charge of society is not prudent, and everything here is out of order.
Not just.
Yeah, that's right. This is verse 2. It says, "As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein." All right, so that's why all these people are degenerates, moles, liars, thieves, murderers. All right, one thing a lot of people don't consider is that take these women for example. A vast majority of these women that you're interacting with on a day-to-day basis have committed murder against their own child, man. That's a common thing today. All right. I just seen a clip the other day. They was at the when they had the Democratic National Convention here in Chicago like a few years ago when it was the election time. They had a fucking trailer in the front and it was a mobile chop shop, man. And these bitches was going to the chop shop and then going to the convention, man, for the free ski. And that's a vast majority of these women out here, especially in particular these black women, man. 50% of the deaths, so-called black deaths, are from going to the chop shop, not from niggas killing each other on the street, not from even Esau killing these niggas. Now, Esau is killing them inadvertently, but these women are the ones that's carrying that act out, man, willingly. You know, you got some of these chicks walking around with 4 or 5 bodies on their head, man, and you wouldn't even fucking know it.
Yeah, they protesting for their right to murder.
Yeah.
You know?
Verse 3, it says, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. All right, and what does this devil do? Poisons the food, poisons the air, poisons the water, promotes a poisonous culture like the brother mentioned. And not just on their enemies, which are you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and those who've been scattered abroad, whose fathers go back to those lineages of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But he does it to his own people. He does it to his own allies. All these heathens in cahoots with this devil, man. And he doing it to all of his allies and to his own people. So what you think how you think he feel about you, man? You know? You got something?
Okay, I got something. This cause Jake have an identity problem, man. As we going into our people, they have embraced that Edomite mindset. Here it is. We have a culture, we have a heritage, we have laws, statutes, commandments that tell us exactly how to live on this planet Earth. But instead, our people fall after the example of the wicked, the so-called white man. They want to be like we said, going into being a murderer, being a sodomite, being just deadly. You know, this Jeremiah 18 and verse 15. It's Jeremiah 18 and verse 15. It says, because my people have forgotten me, they have burned incense to vanity, and they have caused them to stumble in their ways from the ancient paths, to walk in paths in a way not cast up. And our people have revolted and gone, as the scriptures say. Now they're walking in these paths that's not cast up. You following after the so-called white man. Here it is, the man that then beat you down, destroyed you, put you in such a horrible estate. Now you're following after him and mirroring his actions. You see? I got another one because the scriptures tell us seek ye the ancient paths, man. You see, this Babylonian mindset that our people, walk around believing, all this stuff, it doesn't profit them. It's a death style. It's Job 8 and 8. It's Job 8 and 8. It says, for inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. Right? And Jake been simmering over here in Babylon the Great, the West, the wicked West, way too long.
That's right.
Now you're far removed from who you really are. It says, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers, for we are but of yesterday and know nothing, because our days upon the earth are a shadow. Shall not they teach thee and tell thee and utter words out of their heart? So we're commanded to go back to the ancient ways. This new way doesn't work. These new, which ain't really new, but these new Babylonian ideas, this Babylonian way, Jake being defiled amongst the heathen, shit don't work.
Yeah, man, and all this is a result of turning away from the Lord and idolatry. That's the number one thing that this devil promotes is idolatry. And then from that idolatry, all this other shit springs forth from that. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 12. It says, for the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life. All right. So, hey, this devil, what's the first thing he did when he came and ran down on Jake? He brought JC with him. If you go back into the time of the Greeks, Serapis Crispy, you know, or any of these other false idols that you know that these devils have conjured up, man, and these other heathens. All right, and hey, what does that preach? Unaccountability. Do as thou wilt. Do whatever you want to do.
Go in the side.
You know, exactly. Immorality. Just a death style, as the Elder Yak would say here in Chicago, man. Nothing but folly. You know, instant gratification, because that's what all that shit is all about, man. You know, not really paying the price, man. And at the end of the day, you know, the Lord is not dealing with that, and there's consequences that come behind doing all that stuff. That's why we in this lower state that we in now, and in this captivity that we in now. And that's why a lot of Jakes are going to get destroyed, because they refuse to turn back from their idols, man. And that's both northern and southern kingdom.
This I got one.
Okay.
It's Proverbs 11 and verse 21.
Yeah, that's the spirit I had that on deck.
Go
ahead.
I'll really break it down. It's
Yep.
Proverbs 11 and 21. It says, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
Hey, man, so, hey, look, y'all hugging and holding hands. We go out and teach. The first question these niggas always got is, what about the white man?
What about them?
What about Chinese people? What about this? What about that? You know, and hey, you wanna be a part of the Rainbow Coalition? Hey, that's on you, man. But if you're wicked, you're still gonna be punished. All right, and we're gonna be clear about this too. That's not to say that it's not Israelites that are gonna look like white men, that are gonna look like Chinese men, etc., all the way across the board, because that's the case. We've been scattered all throughout. But you Jakes, you misunderstand that. And turn that into wanting to love your enemy. And the funniest part about it is the same niggas that'll say, what about the white man, will tell somebody that they're not black. Oh, you ain't black. Both of your mama not black. You ain't black. Exactly. You know? And so you can believe all of these philosophies all you want. And alignment with the philosophies of this devil is going to get you the same result that this devil is going to get: destroyed. Then you're going to have to come back into the kingdom with your head hanging down. Pause, because you decided that you didn't want to get right, man. Point blank. All right, this is Amos 3:3. It says, can two walk together except they be agreed? And the answer is no. All right, so all these Jakes that want Esau to make it, and all these Jakes that want to be buddy with these heathens, is because they're wicked just like them, man. Because if you was really a righteous man, you would know that the things that was done to us got to be paid for. And the only way for these fucking wicked ass heathens and these wicked ass Edomites to pay for what they did to us is to receive double, but righteously. Because that's what the Lord said is going to happen. You know, and anybody that doesn't agree with that, you got a problem with the Lord, and you're going to get dealt with accordingly.
I got one. This Isaiah 31 and 3.
Go ahead.
I started one. This Isaiah 31 and 1. It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because there are many. They, according to Revelation 11, and I believe verse 8, it says that this place is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. And a modern day Egyptian Pharaoh is Esau, even a so-called white man. So it says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because there are many, and in the horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. And they are people, they follow after the so-called white man rather than unto their God. It says, yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. Now the Egyptians are men and not God, and their horse is flesh and not spirit. When Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall all fall together. And the Lord already has it written that Babylon, the great America, is going to be destroyed. And all of you Jakes that worship this place and worship the so-called white man and want him to reign over you, you're going to fall right along with him.
Hey, man, and that's why you have to understand and remember, as an individual that's in this truth, hey, man, we're not here to save all these niggas. We're not here to be friends with these niggas. We're not here to wish good. We're not even praying for these 2/3 ass niggas. Fuck them. All right? Because at the end of the day, we understand who these people are through the Spirit. And, one way or another, the Lord is going to open your eyes and make you understand why things are the way they are. Whether it's through you just getting the understanding from what the scriptures say, or whether you're going to have to fucking go through some niggas doing you dirty to really get it, man. But at the end of the day, Salaki, I'm trying to... my bad. Sorry, Salaki, we uploading this raw. But, let's see. Let me see. Con. All right, here we go. This is Acts chapter 7 and verse 51. It says, ye stiff-necked and uncircumcised in the heart and ears, ye do always resist the Holy Ghost, as your fathers did, so do ye. All right, so these are the same jakes that was wicked back in the day, that came against all the prophets, that cheered for the death of Yahushua, partook in the death of Yahushua. These the same people, man. Verse 52 says, which of the prophets have not your fathers persecuted, and they have slain them which showed before of the coming of the just one, of whom ye have been now the betrayers and murderers. All right, so hey, we understand that these jakes hate he that rebuketh in the gate, man. They're not here to be happy with what we telling them, because they're invested in Esau society. They like it here. They want to be here forever. They want this to continue forever. Us preaching this gospel is actively tearing this place down, man. Spiritually, and they understand that in their spirit. That's why they got a problem with what we saying. But once again, we understand who these people are. These are the same jakes that killed all the prophets back in the regeneration. Right now, all of the wickedest people on the earth are on earth today, man. All right? Because the Lord is coming back to judge everybody. All right? So you got the most wickedest niggas that ever existed on the earth today, as well as the most righteous men of the Lord on the earth today, because the Lord is going to deliver the elect. But all these wicked ass niggas, they're going to fucking pay the price too, man. It says, verse 53, who have received the law and by the disposition of the angels, and have not kept it. All right, so hey, these jakes, they, at the end of the day, our spirit bear witness that we the children of the Most High. All these jakes know what they supposed to do in their spirit. They just don't give a fuck, man. Point blank, period. That's why all these jakes would be super zealous about being a Muslim, super zealous about being a Christian in the church, be ready to fucking put you to death for telling them that JC is fake and that Yahushua is a so-called black man. Jacob be ready to ride to the death about that shit, because they wicked. All right? But that's why we not invested in trying to save these niggas. We're not invested in trying to convince these niggas. We're not invested in trying to build a future, start a school, start a community, build a separate city in Georgia. We're not trying to do none of that shit, man. We want to get out of here and have things set right so that Jake can come back. And, at the very least, these Jakes going to be in their right mind in the kingdom, even though they got to bear the shame of what they've done. You had something else? You was good.
No.
Well, hey, with that being said, stay circumspect, man. Keep your eyes open. Never forget that these people are not your friend, man. All these niggas out here are Edomites, man. Okay, now, don't be rude. You be peaceable with all men if it's possible. But you always keep that in the back of your mind, that these people is like the Matrix. The agent can jump and take over any one of these niggas at any point in time, man. And it's the same thing out here today. Demon will jump on any of these jakes and jack you the fuck up if you're not careful, man. All right, so stay circumspect and just keep that in your mind. And with that, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Akim and a few Aquath who may be listening. Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. Until next time, Kwam Yasharala, Wa Baba Ball.